Greetings. Are you eager to travel the world and see the sights? Maybe you want to go to France or Japan. Well, now you don't have to. You can just eat jelly beans. It's much cheaper. Greetings. Well, Valentine's Day is officially behind us, which means one thing: the return of the giant mutant rabbit who comes to people's houses, hides eggs for children, gives them chocolate, and leaves. We all love him. We know him. That means the return of things like chickens, eggs, jelly beans, giant chocolate bunnies, all the good stuff that has nothing to do with the actual holiday it's for, consumerism at its finest. And today we're going to look at some of that consumerism with Brach's Desserts of the World jelly beans. Now, Brach's candy is pretty synonymous with low to mid-range Easter candy and other stuff. I know they're pretty big in the jelly bean world, if there's such thing as a world of jelly beans. So we've got 5 flavors to travel the world with today. The first, we've got chocolate macaroon, which is obviously, going for your French influence. Strawberry mochi from Japan. Churro, probably from Mexico. You could go Spain on that as well. Apple pie, obviously. The US of A. And lemon sorbet, Italy, maybe? That might be a bit of a stretch. That's a weird one. I think they could have done a little better on that. But we're going to give them each a try and just see just how authentic and worldly each one is. So, let's start. All right, I just opened the bag. Before I try each one, I'm going to give the bag a whiff, see what kind of jelly bean smells and scents we get. It smells like sugar. Doesn't smell like nothing, so that's good. I'm getting a lot of, I'm smelling maybe churro. I'm getting all sorts of stuff going on here. So that maybe bodes well, or not. But I'm excited. Let's give some sugar a try. First up, we're going to do chocolate macaroon from France. They're brown, so that's keeping with the program. I like macaroons. I'm not sure if this tastes like a macaroon. I don't know if you can really translate a macaroon into a sugared jelly bean. I don't know. I'm getting chocolate, but not as much as I want. I find that chocolate is a hard flavor to translate into a jelly bean. When you're just using, I don't know, when you're not using any dairy, chocolate flavoring sometimes isn't as good. And it's there, but it's pretty weak. The French would be very unhappy. Napoleon is really, really upset by this. So, sorry, but no. All right, next we're going to do strawberry mochi, which is pink, from Japan. Let's give it a shot. Oh, that's definitely an upgrade from our French chocolate macaroon. The Japanese will be pleased about that. Yeah, it tastes like strawberry. With a creamier strawberry, which is what you want. On a side note, I got really gypped in this bag. I went to pull out a ton of just the strawberry mochi, and there's not that many in here. So that's really lame, but it's pretty good. Next up, I'm going to do apple pie from America. And they're green with little specks of brown to represent the apple or cinnamon, maybe? I don't know. But we'll see. Yeah. This is good. I'm getting both the apple and the pie portion of this jelly bean. Cinnamon-ish kind of flavor. This could have been screwed up and just tasted like apple, but no. These little brown specks are doing their job to make this pie-like. Yeah, I would definitely eat this and get to apple pie for sure. So, go America. Woo! Next up, we have churros from Spain, Mexico, Disney World, whatever you want. These are a kind of a white flavor with brown specks on them. So once again, represent the cinnamon portion of our tasting. But then again, churros, really, that's all they do is taste like cinnamon. Unless you get a flavored one. Mmm. Good job. Wow. All right, so what does a churro taste like? Cinnamon. And then it's like a doughy flavor, right? But it's fried, usually, right? And this has like some sort of weird like grease flavor in it. And that sounds disgusting, but that actually works. It just tastes like a actual fried dough with cinnamon, not just cinnamon or something else. This, I don't know how they did that. Wow. Yeah, this is something else. I didn't think you'd be able to do that in a jelly bean. Finally, we have lemon sorbet, which I guess is supposed to be Italy. I think gelato would have been a little bit better. Sorbet, I was researching because I wanted to get this right. And the roots of sorbet go back to Asian cultures and crushed ice, more so than Italy, which is more responsible for the gelato side of things. Now, I could be wrong. Wikipedia could be wrong. Whatever. I don't know. I just don't really think of sorbet with Italy in terms of flavor profiles like I do with gelato. What else could they have done instead? I don't know. I'm sure there's some other cool flavors from around the world that they could have done instead of doing lemon sorbet. I think they didn't want to do gelato because that would be too close to mochi. Okay, I get that. But I don't know. It seems like a cop-out. But we're still going to try them. They're yellow, which they should be. If they weren't yellow, we'd have a real problem. So let's give it a shot. Yeah, it tastes like a lemon. So they didn't fail that. I mean, really, what does sorbet taste like? Lemon sorbet tastes like lemon. Because all it is lemon flavoring and ice. So you're not really dealing with any other extra flavor profiles. So it's doing its job. Tastes like lemon. Good for you, Italy. You got yourself on the board with desserts of the world jelly beans. But, yeah, Well, there you have it. We just traveled the world using jelly beans. So now you don't have to go anywhere. Just sit on your couch and eat candy all day. Probably not. But let's rate them. I would say number 1, churro by far. The fact that they make it taste like a fried dough with cinnamon is freaking amazing. Probably horrible for you. Probably lots of chemicals that will mutate you into a giant rabbit maybe. But that's okay. 2, apple pie. America. Tastes like apple pie. Not just apple, which you could have mailed it in and done. Has that cinnamon. Awesome. Middle of the pack, I'd put strawberry mochi. It tastes like a strawberry with a little creaminess in it. I can appreciate it. Nothing special though. The next one, I'd say lemon sorbet would be next. Just because it tastes like it should. It tastes like a lemon. There's not much else you can do with that. If they'd screwed that up, this would have just been a bad trip around the world, I'll tell you. You would have been stuck in customs. But it didn't. On the bottom, sadly, chocolate macaroons. I love chocolate. I love macaroons. I love you, France, but you failed me. What the heck? Actually, Brach's candy failed me, not France. France, send all your hate letters to their factory, please, because they screwed up your dessert, and that's too bad. It's tough to pull off chocolate in a jelly bean. I've seen it before, and it usually fails, and this time it failed too. This jelly bean is the Waterloo of Easter candy, sadly. So that's all. Enjoy your Easter season. Go worship the giant rabbit and find some hidden Easter eggs in a sewer system somewhere. Those are the ones usually are worth the most money. So until then, peace.